Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Vlogmas day 19. So day 19 is tiny. What? Literally, was it not a Milky Way yesterday? Oh, 2 days ago? We're getting to the end, guys. It's just like falling apart. I'm back, and for the first time in 2 vlogs, my head is in frame. So already we're off to a really good start. I noticed something went down with my camera and there were like black borders on it and it wasn't fitting in the frame. And so the past 2 videos, you just see like my eyebrows. I was like really pissed about it, but you know what? This is what happens when you vlog every day. I didn't have time to like fix it, so now we're good. I went on Instagram and I asked anyone if they had any questions for me. It's been a couple hours, so I thought that I would sit down and answer some. I actually haven't even looked at them yet. So I got 2 questions from my friend Rachel. The first one is your favorite song to sing. My favorite song to sing, I don't know if I have one specific song that's my favorite to sing. I think for me, I grew up doing theater, so a lot of the time I go to sing show tunes. I have an audition book, and when I do audition, I'm auditioning for a lot of musical theater. So when I'm singing or just practicing, you know, around my house or like whatever it is, I sing a lot of show tunes, but I also love to sing pop. I love to take a song and change it up and make it my own and add my own little riffs. Rachel also asked me, when do you want to move? So it's no secret at this point that I plan on moving to Chicago in 2020. When I was there last week, I did a lot of apartment hunting and I did find a place that I love and that I am very serious about and kind of like dealing with all of the logistics and figuring some stuff out. The earliest that I would move there and kind of like my goal would be February, and usually with a lease it will begin the 1st of the month, so February 1st is kind of like the earliest goal I'm setting for myself. A lot is still kind of up in the air and being figured out, so I'm not 100% sure if it will be February, if it will be March, but I think I'm trying to make it happen as early in 2020 as I can because I'm just like ready to do it. I don't want to be waiting too long because I have a lot of plans for myself once I get over there, and I'm kind of like, let's go, let's get the ball rolling. This is the biggest move I've ever made. This is probably one of the biggest life decisions that I've made so far. So it's exciting, but there's also some fear and there's a lot going on in my head, but I have so many amazing people over there and so much support that the fear is really overpowered by all of the excitement. Obviously, I'm going to document all of it on this channel. I'm going to probably vlog the whole experience. So once Vlogmas ends, I'll probably take a little break from vlogging just to like, you know, take some days off because I've literally been filming myself every single day for almost a full month. And then when the moving process begins, I'll probably pick the camera back up and document that. I've just never felt more sure about any decision I've ever made. I'm just, this is right. This is what I'm supposed to be doing at this point in my life, and I'm just like so excited for the new journey. And thank you for the questions, Rachel. I love you so much, and I can't wait to get back there and give you a giant hug. My friend Bianca asked me a question. I feel so loved by my friends, you guys. I'm getting so many questions. So Bianca asked me, what's your favorite memory from 2019? That is a really good question, and just made me realize that 2019 kind of feels like a blur. But my favorite memory of 2019, why do I not remember the year? There was so much internal growth this year, and obviously there's always internal growth. You're always growing every year, but it was a big one for me, like a big one. I feel more confident in my skin than I felt. A lot has changed internally for me, but in terms of like memories and experiences, I just thought about, I do a lot of singing and I post myself singing, and my hero, my literal hero and favorite performer of all time, Tatiana Maslany, she like tweeted me and commented on one of my singing videos, and she was like, holy hell, you're ridiculously talented. And it, like, I died. It killed me. She's literally like my biggest inspiration for you know, wanting to pursue performing, and it's just had the biggest impact on me as a performer and a human. And like, for that to happen, for her to say that to me, it was really overwhelming. I cried a lot. That just stuck out in my head. Literally her handwriting is tattooed onto me. She's just so special to me, and so to have that acknowledgement from her, to have her tell me she thinks I'm ridiculously talented, I died. I took a trip to California this past summer, and I got to see a lot of California. I had never been to California before, and I kind of just like road tripped with my family for a little bit. I saw, you know, like Hollywood and LA. I saw San Francisco. I saw like Big Sur and did the Pacific Coast Highway kind of drive. I saw a lot of California, and it was really fun to explore and kind of really enhanced my wanderlust. There's so much traveling I want to do, and I hope one day to be able to afford to do the traveling that I want to do. The week I just spent, I literally vlogged the week I just spent last week in Chicago, I think might have been my best memory this year, if I'm being honest. I think it just like really confirmed for me that I'm making the right decision with this transition in my life, and just made me more excited about life than I feel like I've ever been. So I don't know if that's a specific memory. I'm ranting so much, I'm on a coffee buzz. Thank you so much, Bianca, for the question. Bianca, this is your first appearance in my Vlogmas. So my friend Soph said yeehaw. Soph has wanted me to say yeehaw in these videos for so long, and I kept forgetting to say it, and now I said it, and it was just for you, Soph. I love you. Somebody said sending lots of love and happiness. Oh, so sweet. Somebody said, will you marry me? I just got a marriage proposal, you guys. Somebody asked, are you single right now? Yes, I'm single. Ladies, which fictional characters do you relate to the most and why? That is a great question. So whenever I am asked this question, especially over these past couple of years, I always answer Rebecca Bunch from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, the show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. So Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is one of my favorite shows of all time. It was just an incredible, incredible show, and they really went into the depths of mental health, but it was a comedy, and there were musical numbers, all original musical numbers. The thing about Rebecca Bunch is you're like, that's the character that you relate to? Like, what? Yes, she was flawed and messy, and the thing that was so special to me is that I saw so much of myself in her, but I loved her so much for everything that she was, everything that she struggled with, the way that she viewed the world, the way that she viewed herself. I felt it more than I had ever really connected with any other fictional character before. And for me, it was really a moment where I was like, look at how much love you have for this character, the mess that she's gone through over these seasons. Why can't you take all of that love? Why can't you turn that around? And I think that's a very common thing with fictional characters, and with us kind of sometimes maybe projecting ourselves onto fictional characters, or finding a fictional character that really resonates and really loving that fictional character through their mess. I think it almost kind of helps us love ourselves a little bit more, and I think that's such an important part of fiction. I tend to identify with darker characters. Although Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is a comedy, there is a lot of darkness to Rebecca Bunch. I resonated with Camille Preaker in Sharp Objects, both the book and the series. Amy Adams played her. I've gotten some really good questions, you guys. Who is your first gay crush? My first gay crush. Okay, so I didn't realize that I was gay until I was about 20, I don't know, 22, I don't even know. Guys, repression, I don't remember a lot. The first person I remember seeing and thinking, ooh, she's pretty, and just kind of like fixating on her was Gwyneth Paltrow. I was like, oh my god, she's beautiful, and I just was fixated, and that was definitely my first crush, and everybody like knew too. I don't think anyone put it together, but it was always like, people would see her in magazines and be like, look, Randy, or like, you know, get me like a picture of her or something. Like, I was very, like, I had a crush on her, and that was like the first crush I remember. I was maybe 9 or 10, but I think the like actress that kind of was like catapulted me out of the closet, because I saw her and I was like, girl, you got a crush, you got a gay crush. I mean, you can't deny this anymore. Was Lana Parrilla, when she played the evil queen, Regina Mills, on Once Upon a Time. That did it for me. That literally, I was like, you're not straight. I remember watching The Notebook and all of my friends just like, look at Ryan Gosling, where's my Noah? And I was like, do you see Rachel McAdams? Are we looking at Rachel McAdams right now? You know? Why are you moving to Chicago? I actually got this question a couple of times. So obviously I've been talking a lot about it. I just did a week's worth of videos in Chicago, and people are wondering. And actually, when I was apartment hunting, people were like, why are you moving here? Is it for school? Is it for a job? Like, what's going on? It's not for either of those things. I have grown up and lived in New York my whole life. I was born and raised on Long Island, and I am 26 years old, and I am ready for a change. This has been something that I have been contemplating and thinking about for almost 2 years now, because obviously there is some fear when you've lived in one place your whole life. There is a lot of fear. As much as I'm ready and this is what I want, this is the biggest move I will have I don't want my bra straps to be showing, but also like I wear a bra. It's like not a secret, you know. I have more life in Chicago than I do in New York right now. Chicago, it's gotten to a point where Chicago feels more like home. So there's not a specific reason. Obviously, I'm going to be working there. I'm going to be living there. I'm going to be moving my life there, but I'm not moving there for anything specific. It's more just for me. It's for me mentally. It's the next step in my life right now. It's the next chapter, and it's where I want to move my life to at this point. Who knows where life will take me? Maybe I'll end up living in multiple different cities over the course of my life. But currently, right now for 2020, this is the decision that I have made, and it's really not for anything specific other than this is the best thing for me right now. What is your favorite musical? Ooh, that's a fun question. I grew up doing theater literally my whole life since I was like, I think I did my first show when I was like 7 or 8. It was Peter Pan. I was a lost boy. I grew up doing theater. I did it all through school. Growing up, my favorite musicals were always like Wicked, Rent, Spring Awakening, Next to Normal. I feel like those were the big ones. I'm also thinking about like my dream roles to play because I am a performer too, so obviously I'm thinking in terms of that. My literal dream role right now is to play Veronica Sawyer in Heathers. I'm obsessed with the Heathers soundtrack, but like Veronica Sawyer, but she's a lesbian and it's a gay story. All the same songs, the same script, but it's just like Veronica Sawyer is gay. That is my dream. If anybody wants to make that happen and cast me as Veronica, I'm here, I'm ready. I would rock it. So I'm gonna answer one more question. How long have you been singing and who are your musical inspirations? Good question. So I've been singing literally my whole life, been in me from the start. So it's been my whole life, but I was never, it's funny because I was never confident in my voice growing up. Like I never thought that I had a good voice. I always loved it and I always felt like there was something there. But even like as a teenager, even in high school, I think because I was so repressed and so scared and so filled with self-doubt that my voice just like wasn't ready yet. Like it wasn't ready to come out. You know, I would audition in school and it just like, it wasn't hitting. And I knew that it was in there, but I was just like really quiet. I was kind of scared of my own voice. I was scared of what would come out, and that's just like in every sense. I was so scared just of myself. There was so much growth that had to be done. But after I left high school, the years following, I started to discover that maybe there was something there. And I remember I started doing a little bit of vocal coaching and just kind of testing out my voice more and more and more and trying to become more and more confident in it. And it was really only over these past couple of years that I started to fully embrace my voice. And now I think it's currently at its most powerful. I've always loved to sing. It's always been in me, and developing my own style has been so much fun. Growing up, my biggest vocal influence was Catherine McPhee. She was the runner-up, but we're not going to talk about it. She won, okay? Season 5 of American Idol. Number 1, I had a giant crush on her. She's gorgeous, and I was just like madly in love with her. I think I was maybe 11, I don't know, 12. I was pretty young, and I saw her audition on American Idol, and she sang God Bless the Child, and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I've never seen a beauty like this. I've never heard a voice like this. I'm going to die. That was pretty much what happened. She did a cover of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever heard. I had a boombox and I had the CD, and I would put it in the CD and I would just listen to it on loop, and I would take my dad's, like, one of his golf clubs, and I would use it as a microphone, and I would try and sing it like her, and I would just always sing along to her growing up. So I think that vocally she probably had the strongest impact. My cat does this thing once a day where he forgets that his tail is attached to his body and he thinks it's like attacking him. And so he stares at it and then he tries to bite it off. Oh my god. Avery! Hey buddy! That's your tail. That's your tail. He literally forgets. It's so weird. I just wanted to come in and do a little outro and say thank you so much for watching Vlogmas Day, what was this, 19. I'm very happy to have my full head back in frame. That's fun. I just like feel horrible about those past 2 videos. Like I don't know, it's just bothering me that I didn't like figure out what was going down, but that's fine. I hope you enjoyed this little Q&A style video. If you want more videos like this, or if you want to send in more questions for me to answer, then definitely feel free to leave me a comment, message me on Instagram, just so you can kind of feel like you're getting to know me while I'm on this whole vlogging YouTube journey of mine. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because Vlogmas continues. Tomorrow we're on day 20. We're getting into the 20s. What? How did I do this? I don't know, but I'm not gonna question it. It feels nice. I'll see you at the next one. Bye!